When it comes for searching in Firestore, our Firestore has good search, but there is one problem. Whenever you want to search something specific, it will work. For example, if you are searching for the user with name something, or with item and then name something specific. But the problem is when it comes to search, we cannot have something like search, or that the text includes some of the words. For Firebase, you need to specifically search for specific words. For example, if I was searching for a bike, then my code would be like select all the items where a name key equals to bike. But in this case, if I was going to write, let's say, bike, and then my value here is capital bike, then this won't be relevant, because our bike is not equals to this bike. So if you are searching for a bike with small letters, and then the user has inputted it with capital letter, or bike like this, it will not be indexed, and you will not see this result. Or if let's say you are searching something and it has a description, inside description you cannot search. You have to specifically say what the full text is, which is not very helpful when you have a shop. For example, a user may search, I don't know, a bike, and he will receive some information, or maybe he just wants to search for some specific things, but then you will have in your title of your item bigger text, which has a lot of information, and also has the specific keyword that the user is searching. So we want to include everything in our search results when our user is searching. So if you go to Firebase documentation, you will find that full text search is not supported in Firestore. So currently Firebase doesn't provide this, but the solution they are giving is Algolia. So what Algolia does is, whenever you create some kind of item on Firebase, you will create the same item on Algolia, and then Algolia will allow you to search any text in the system. So let me show you how this works. If you go to algolia.com, you can log in or create an account for free, and once you create it, you will see some kind of dashboard like this, and you will be able to create new application here. Currently I have one. I'm going to show you how the items here look like. Let me just go to the part here, and for example, this is one item. So it's a new sofa. A description is brand new sofa with receipt. The object ID is something, and then whenever I search, I can search like sofa. I can search, by the way, there is a typo here, it's mu, not new. I can search like receipt, and then this will come up. I can search brand, and this is going to come up. So what we are going to save in our Algolia, so every time, imagine the user is creating an item, we are going to save the item ID so that we can find, because the search is going to happen in Algolia. So what we do is we search in Algolia, we find the correspondent object ID, and then we use this object ID, which is pretty specific in our Firestore, and grab the item from our Firestore. So in order for Algolia to be able to search, we need to include three things: name, description, and object ID. So whenever we create a new item for sale in our shop, we have to create an Algolia item as well, with the name, with description, and with the object ID. So whenever we search, we are searching it in Algolia. Then whenever we find the result object ID, and then we grab this from our Firestore. It may sound a bit confusing, but don't worry, once we start coding, you will see how easy it is. And also you need to keep in mind that whenever you add or edit or delete something from Firestore items, you need to do the same thing for Algolia as well, because if you go and you change the name, let's say you correct this one, make new sofa, in Algolia it will stay the old name, so the search will not be correct. So make sure you register with Algolia, and I'm going to create a new application here, and I'm going to call this market. And then we have different plans here. I'm going to go with the free one because first of all it's free, and we don't need other options here for our teaching purposes. If you are going to run your application and have users, you may start looking to different options, what more suits you, so you can save money whenever you don't need it. So I'm choosing the free option, and I have to click that I accept terms and conditions and create this new project. So choose your region. I'm going to, let's say, okay, there is only one EU option here. I'm going to choose this. Choose the one that is closest to you, so you have better response time. So I'm going to choose the EU here. Then click continue with EU West or with option that you have choose. As a start your search configuration, just create an index, and the index name I'm going to put, for example, it gives you some kind of example here. What we are going to do is to create, let's see, I think we are calling it name. Yeah, we are calling it name, so let's call the name here. Let's call this item underscore name. Click create. And then we are going to do some tasks here from Algolia. So it says add record to search, and we need to upload records. This one we are going to do in code. Configure search attributes. Let's see how this is going to work. So here we are going to add which attributes of our Algolia item is going to be searched. We want to search the name and the description. So if I click add search attribute, then I am going to, let me just double check if it's description with a small letter. Yes. So add description, and then save settings. Let's go back here, and it says 2 of 4 tasks completed. So this one we're going to do later. Configure custom ranking. So let's go custom ranking now. And this we're going to rank them by name. Ascending or descending, you can choose here. I will keep it ascending. I'm not going to choose the descending. Let's click save. And we have 3 of 4 completed. If I click on this, we can upload the file, use the API. So if we click the use API, it will take us to the Algolia documentation. And here you can choose the Swift, and it will show you how actually you are going to create your objects. You can familiar yourself with the code, but we are going to do it in our next lecture. We are going to create Algolia items. The last thing before we go, this will be happening in the code. The last thing I want to do is to get the API keys. So we need the app ID, which is in our case this one here. So I'm going to copy this, and let's go to our constants file. On top here, I'm going to put public let, and this is going to be k Algolia underscore app ID, and this is going to be equals to the text, and then we need a search only API key. We are going to use this, and then there is an admin key. think we are going to be happy with the one key only. We're not going to use the other one. It says this is the public key that user. Let's try with this one first. Let's say public let k Algolia key is equals. In my test video, test application, I used the admin key. So let's try if this will not work. Then we're going to use admin key for us. You can copy it. So it's for security reasons. It's always hidden here.